This week, we take a look at multi-purpose tools, Shane's top 7 demolition videos, and we finally find out what happens when Milwaukee sends a 12-volt tool into an 18-volt fight. This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
This episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool. Pro tools, pro service, all at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Ego, power beyond belief.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob. It's January 8th, 2021, and we've got a lot to talk about on today's show. Sarah will be returning next week, and she said that when she does, she's going to look back at this episode to see if you guys hit the thumbs up like you promised. Let's not disappoint her, okay? Earlier this week, we broke the news about a pair of new M12 fuel ratchets that feature some insanely high speeds while sacrificing a bit of torque. The new M12s come in either 1/4 or 3/8 inch and top out at 450 RPM, 80% faster than the current M12. While this news was met with a lot of cheers in the comments, many others repeated the same claim of, "I think I'll stick with my right angle impact wrench." Do you know the difference between an impact wrench and a ratchet? Don't worry, our buddy Tim over at Shop Tool Reviews has you covered. He shared a detailed video this week that addresses exactly that. Tim matches up one of Milwaukee's current M12 fuel ratchets with a Cobalt 24-volt max right angle impact wrench. Now, both of these tools have a place in your shop, but Tim does a great job of detailing why. You can find out for yourself over at Shop Tool Reviews on YouTube. Do you guys remember a few weeks ago when we told you to head over to Skill Builder to watch a series of multi-tool head-to-head videos? Well, the results we've been waiting for are finally in. The legendary Roger Bisbee, who you will recognize from several shows on the BBC, if you watch that, is also the host of Skill Builder right here on YouTube. And he's been sharing videos about 18-volt multi-tools for the last couple months. They've all been leading up to the final video he released this week, where he lines them all up and finally declares a winner. Kind of. We've been watching this intently not just because Roger's a fantastic reviewer and teacher, which he is, but also because when Milwaukee was asked to send them an M18 multi-tool for the test, they instead sent their M12, essentially saying, "Hold my beer." In the final episode, we get to see all of the tools come together, and Roger does a great job of summarizing each one and eventually chooses a best overall winner and picks the brand my dad would have chosen. But he also chooses a best value and a highly recommended. But I don't want to spoil it for you. I will tell you this, Milwaukee's little multi-tool that took away one of those awards. You can check it out for yourself at Skill Builder here on YouTube. One of my favorite things to do each week is talk tools with you guys in the comments after the show, and this week's topic, multifunction tools. Now, we've all seen one of these before. This is a Shopsmith. My great-grandfather had one of these, and it was passed down to my dad, who happily tossed it out. The Shopsmith claims to be a full shop in a single tool. It's a table saw, lathe, disc sander, drill press, horizontal boring tool, router table, and shaper. And at $4,500, it sure better do all that stuff. And Shopsmith isn't the only company merging tools. For years, Bosch has been selling the GTM 12JL miter table combination saw in Europe. And just look at that thing. A table saw and miter saw seem like a perfect match. Am I right? Don't believe me? Ryobi made one too, but I can only find reviews of it from Europe as well. And what about replaceable head tools like Ridgid's JobMax, which the boys at Workshop Attic reviewed a couple years ago and had a lot of nice things to say. These combo tools in theory offer convenience, but no matter how you do it, you add complexity. So for our tool talk this week, I wanted to ask, if merging tools is a good idea, why haven't we seen a Milwaukee M18 circular hammer drill saw, or a DeWalt 15-degree roofing drain snake, or maybe a Makita robot sweeper coffee job site butler? I want you to tell me, do you use combination tools already? And if not, why? And what tools do you think the big guys should merge? I'll be looking for your answers in the comments. Okay, enough goofing around. It's time for some actual work with Rob Robillard.
Hey, Rob, Sarah, how are you guys this week?
I'm good, Rob. Sarah's actually out this week, but how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. For this week's tip, I want to talk about organization. I'm in the shop and I'm cleaning up, and I have some stationary tools that I keep along the wall. This is the joiner over here, is my bandsaw, and oftentimes I'll pull them out and use them or move them around. So they're not always plugged in. What I typically do is I wrap the cord around nice and tight to keep it off the floor so I can sweep and vacuum around it. But then when I want to go use the tool, I got to unwrap it, or sometimes the cord is just dangling on the floor and it's in the way. So what I came up with is I had a bunch of these carabiners from Diamondback, just swag carabiners. And what I do is I basically zip tie my cord to the carabiner like this. So it looks just like that. And then I clip it onto a, first I got to trim this a little bit. I don't want to. So then what I do is I clip it right to the tool. So when I want to use it, I can unplug it, unclip it and plug it in. Or I can just clip it and now it's off the floor and I can clean and vacuum and do whatever I got to do. Hope this helps. Take care.
Thanks so much, Rob. Let's take a quick look at your construction industry news, courtesy of the Construction Junkie. It's a new year, which means Shane gets all sentimental and journalistically lazy and creates some of our favorite best of list each year. This time around, we're treated to a list of his top 10 most popular articles of 2020, including his 7 innovative ways to tie rebar without using hand tools, and Meet TieBot, the autonomous rebar tying robot. Ah yeah, a classic. There are other articles not about rebar, but who cares, am I right? Next, he shared a list of his top 7 demolition videos of 2020, which includes favorites like the Leaning Tower of Dallas, the Palace of Auburn Hills, and of course, Shane's French vertical water cannons that did absolutely nothing. Nothing, Shane. They did nothing. To see both lists and to get the rest of your construction industry news, head on over to ConstructionJunkie.com. Last week, I was joined by Nate of Dorsum Tool Reviews to talk about tool patents he found and speculate about what new tools we'll see in 2021, and you can watch that right here. Special thanks to Ego and Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you. Fellas, do me a favor, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. Oh, come on. Sorry, Connor, we got a stink bug. I can't get rid of him. I don't want him to stink the place up. Dude, land. Land. This is so stupid. I'm so sorry, Connor. Oh, he just hit the floor.